I definitely, I admire the guys them in Trinidad, man, because I follow their pages and stuff. And one thing I wish that our board grounds could definitely get like the guys in Trinidad, man, because I mean they're very competitive as well, but they're very organized. That's one thing I definitely could say about them, and I admire that.
Hi, so we're here with Michael.
Hey, morning guys, how are you?
Uh, Tell me a little bit more of the group you belong to.
Well, this is Bush Wildlife and Exports. This is one of the guys that are responsible for bringing bird into the U.S. legally.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the process of bringing in a legal bird to the U.S.?
Well, as far as I know, when you get the birds in Guyana, you will have to quarantine them for 1 month in Guyana, and then when it comes up to the U.S., Wildlife would receive the birds at JFK, and they also quarantine them for a month.
Okay. So the process is not that difficult.
It's not difficult, but getting the license is difficult. Yeah.
Okay. Getting recognized from the State Department is the difficult part.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so what's the regular prices of the birds?
Well, regular price, you could get bird as cheap as 700. It depends upon the caliber of the bird, you know what I mean? You get different quality birds.
All birdmen know it is really the bird, what's the signs they're seeing in the bird. So,
Yes.
So what species of birds you guys are allowed to bring in?
Well, we're allowed to bring in all different type of species, but we mostly focus on the Towa, mountain canary, fire red, and also we bring in some pico.
So he talked about the mountain canary. I thought it was a pico. So you tell me a little bit more about this mountain canary, because it has a lot of features similar to a pico plat.
Well, they look alike. The yellow beak pico plat looks directly like a mature mountain canary. So the mountain canary, they're brown, and when they're mature, I mean some of the brown ones they would yellow beak. That's going to be a real good quality one when they're brown with yellow beak, and the gray ones, they have yellow beak as well. They have different species of mountain canary. They have the black one, and they also have the blue, or some people would say gray. But most of them would have the yellow beak.
So in terms of birds, is there a supply and demand for birds here in America?
Definitely is. You would be surprised, how much people are interested in birds and how much people are trying to get birds, People, like most of the times, people message me from all over the country to get birds, but when you start shipping birds out yet to people, it's something we definitely gonna want to do, but it's not happening as yet.
So you would say this bird culture here in America developed because of a nostalgic? I mean, guys from their home country seeing the birds and growing up with the birds and just want to be an adult now and have these birds around them in their environment, even if it's in the U.S.?
Yes, that's correct. It's like in Guyana, bird is part of our culture. You know what I mean? Me growing up as a young kid, my first bird I had when I was 13 years old, and since then I never looked back, man. I love it. It's fun. Yeah.
So Michael, tell me, in terms of the guys on the ground and the whole birding experience here in Queens, how is it? I mean, we now experiencing it as trainees coming across, but how is the birding experience here? What's it like?
The experience is very, sometimes it could be a little challenging, but it's a very nice experience, All the guys come together, as you guys could see, especially on Sundays. Everybody just wait for Sundays to come to be out in the bird park. And we just try to make the best of it because, the bird season in America is very short, It's very short. Because, just now when the summer is done, we got to lock down the birds, and that's it. But we definitely look forward for the summer to have fun with the birds, man. And you want to be the guy that adds the best bird in the park, because, you want to walk with your chest up,
Yeah, because I realize the rivalry is strong over these parts.
Very, very, very strong, man.
Be the big bird.
Yes. You want to be the big guy,
You want to be the big bird, yeah. the big bird on the grounds. But how you feel about waiting now for this 3-month window to just bring out your bird? I mean, you have the bird for 12 months in a year, but you only have 3 months that you could really bring him out and see what he's all about. How you feel about that?
I don't feel very happy about it, because sometimes some birds, when the place is cold, you get the best out of them, and as soon as it gets warm, they're not really doing much for you, you know.
Yeah.
We have good quality birds, but at the end of the day, the birds have their own mind, you know. They got to do what they got to do when they want to do it. We can't force them. No matter what you give them, we can't force them into being the best they could be.
So as a true birdman, here's one of the follow-up questions I ask most birdmen. Is it the bird or is it the birdman?
It's a combination.
Ah.
It's a combination.
Political answer. We got a political answer there. Why would you say it's a combination?
Because, you know, a lot of times, you know, you got to be treating your bird right as well, you know, and you got to figure out your bird, you know, because a lot of times people might just get a bird and they're not sure what to do or what's the best treatment they should give the bird to get it to that level. You know, a lot of times people may have a good bird and he's not doing anything in your hands, and you put in another guy's hand and he start doing what he's supposed to. So I don't know. As we all say, birds are narcissists, man. You know?
Birds have a mind of their own, and it's according to which owner, you know, they attach to or imprint on. You know what I mean?
And it depends upon the environment you have the bird in too. You know, you got a lot of birds, you can mind them around a whole ton of birds. Then you get some birds they want to be by themselves. You know, because birds are very territorial. You know, and if you have a more dominant bird in your house, you're not going to get the best out of other birds because the dominant bird always take over the environment.
So, you're from the US here, you know, you live here. When you have to communicate to someone who has no experience about these birds, you know, and you come to the park like someone new and say, you know, this is what happens, how do you express it to them and what's their impression about it?
Well, to be honest, what I always explain to people when it comes to birds, you have to have patience, man. You know, if you don't have no patience, you're not gonna get the best out of your bird. You gotta have patience because it's very frustrating sometimes when you may have a good bird and he's not performing the way he's supposed to, and you get frustrated and you try to get rid of the bird. But you have to have patience, man. This bird business, if you don't have no patience, you're not gonna end up anywhere.
You had to have the patience for your bird. I mean, it was really nice to meet a guy like Michael this morning with a lot of passion for birds.
Yeah.
You could tell it in his voice, you could tell it in the way he speaks. He just genuinely loves bird, a true birdman.
Yes.
Yeah, so Michael, it was a real nice conversation with you. BirdmanTT here. We're trying to give you guys the experience and, you know, just expose the birds in general, you know, so look out for more.
All right, thanks, guys.
BirdmanTT, bringing you the best in birding around Trinidad and Tobago.